as Bill did on his program, as in everybody has the right to have a couple of bad days and make a few mistakes in their life. And Bill made a couple of mistakes here in his broad indictment of NBC News and right there of David Gregory. The larger issue involved here that you were speaking with Bob about earlier, with regard to Richard Engel. Richard Engel needs no defense or lectures on journalism from anyone. Richard Engel is doing a terrific job at covering a very difficult war to cover. And by labeling what happened with the Saddam Hussein execution as a public relations disaster is not opinion, it's fact-based.
Oh, come on.
It's fact-based.
You don't know the difference between opinion and fact. Oh, come on.
You tell me why it wasn't a public relations disaster, Bob.
Well, we can debate it, okay? I don't think that's the issue.
No debate. No debate.
I don't think it was
You tell me why it wasn't a public relations disaster.
I don't think it was.
You accused Richard Engel of injecting opinion into a news report. Tell me why it was not a public relations disaster.
Let's talk about this. Historically, okay, people are going to remember what Saddam did in his life, how many hundreds of thousands of people he killed, not how he died. Okay?
No.
That's not going to be the issue.
Let's talk about you maligning Richard Engel.
I'm maligning Richard Engel because he's inserting his opinion in a straight news story. The New York Times does it all the time.
Tell me what opinion.
That's a problem.
Tell me what opinion he inserted. You are alleging that calling the Saddam Hussein execution, the way it was carried out, was not a public relations disaster? That's what you're alleging.
All Richard Engel had to do was say that somebody else said. He could have quoted people. He could have asked people what they said. But because he says it and because the New York Times says it and other people start repeating it, it becomes a public relations disaster. I actually think it's the opposite. I think it was a brilliant thing that happened. As a matter of fact, it's the best thing that could have happened for Iraq, absolutely. Because what the president of Iraq was trying to do was to show, in telling Bush, no, I'm not going to delay the execution, I'm going to do it now. He was trying to...
How old are you, Bob?
No, don't start Don't start the ad hominem attack.
Let me
give you my argument, okay? Let me finish what I'm having to say, because the president of Iraq wanted to demonstrate to the world that he is his own man. You may not agree with that, but he's trying to have his own public relations expression to the world that I'm going to make this decision. Now, he made it.
Here's the reality.
Mike Barnacle,
here's the reality of it.
I don't think it was a disaster. I think this was good for history.
Bob, the reality of it. Stop the shouting. Here's the reality of it. The way he died made Saddam a folk hero among savages whose only intent is to kill Americans. So more Iraqis are going to have more resolve to try and kill more Americans because of the way Saddam Hussein was executed. Like it was a chapter in Deadwood on HBO.
And I'll tell you what, in the end, I guess the thing that made me the most angry about it, it's not because I'm a liberal, it's because I'm a conservative. It's not because I oppose our troops, it's because I support our troops, because I represented our troops for 8 years on the Armed Services Committee. The people who are going to be suffering on this aren't people at Fox News or MSNBC. They're going to be the 19-year-old kids that are going to be touring Sunni neighborhoods, trying to keep things in order and getting blown up because of the sectarian violence that's going to continue ripping apart the country, probably at a more intense pace because of the sloppy way that execution was handled. I think it was a disgrace. I think it was a PR disaster. But that's just my opinion. Bob Cohn, thank you for being with us. Mike Barnacle, thank you for being with us. Bill O'Reilly, just attack Rosie. You're way off base on MSNBC, on NBC, and certainly on me. And I challenge you to debate me anytime, any place, anywhere, and find one thing I have said on this program over the past year that is not consistent with a conservative congressman that was against military adventurism when I was in Congress, that was against exploding deficits, that was against reckless spending, and was against turning Congress into the type of swamp that we Republicans have turned it into over the past 6 years. That doesn't make me liberal. That makes me conservative. That may make you, though, a suck-up if you defend the Republicans that have done that to this country and to our party over the past 6 years. Can't we all just get along?